Yeah! What's up, boys?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
I'm so glad to have you guys out here. I want to talk.
Andamos en la finiquera, but
I want to talk about the beautiful city of LA.
that's
City of Angels.
as they say.
I'm gonna say something. You know, I've been fortunate enough the last 3 years to be able to visit other cities across the country. Not many, but a couple. And I almost feel, this is me, I felt shameful saying I'm from LA when I go to Texas, when I've been to Utah, I've been to Colorado. I feel a little bit shameful to say from LA, which is something that I didn't feel that way before. I used to just be like, yeah, I'm from fucking LA, dog. Like, hell yeah, East LA, Montebello, bro. I did have some pride because LA was the city of like, if you want to make it in Hollywood, you want to make it in music, you want to make it in anything, LA was the spot. And I think we see the change, even living here in Arizona. I'm one of them that I moved here and I couldn't wait to take my license plates off, my California license plates, because I can see people looking at me like,
Really?
Yeah, bro.
That's a massive stereotype.
Dude, it was
Fuck.
bad. Like,
Wow.
people look at the license plate like, fuck, another Californian, because there's these fucking extreme liberal ideas.
Is that why I was getting looks on the way in?
Yeah. Yeah, because
I had a lot of bird shit on my windshield. I don't know what I was about.
even the
but-
birds. Yeah. And so honestly, it was weird, bro, because I started feeling that like kind of like sense of like I lost pride of like, I wouldn't want to say it because of these extreme liberals in like San Francisco and shit doing some weird ass shit. The homeless, fucking extreme amount of homelessness, which I think is really sad that we normalize the word homeless like it's as one word, like you're referring to a fucking Mexican or a this and that.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's homeless, a person that does not have a house. And we just normalize the word like it's just some other fucking person on the street, which is really fucking sad. And so LA is a city that also people don't understand how segregated the city is.
Very much so, dude. And you know what's crazy is that I obviously used to think that LA for the most part was like the area I grew up in, right? I had a family that was in East LA. I obviously grew up in Montebello as well. So I thought LA was that way. And at least from the most part that I would see from LA, you would go down Soto, down Olympic, you know, Placita Olvera, Plaza Mexico in Linwood, or what's the other place? El Mercadito. Yeah, like places like that. I thought, okay, so this is how it is, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't after that, like around not a couple years back, but like in my mid-20s maybe, where it's like I was talking to some girl from Highland Park.
Oh, yeah.
Highland Park is literally just 10 minutes past Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Like on the other side of the hill. Dude, when I would go over there, I was like, it is so fucking different over here. I can feel the difference. Where it's like, oh yeah, you're Mexican American, but your name gets pronounced different, even though, you know, it's in Spanish.
How do you say it?
You know how usually on this side of the town, our side of the town would be like
Renachas.
that's fucking. Yeah, one of those where it's like, you know, it's just your name's your name or you get a nickname, right?
Yeah.
But over there, you had a Spanish name, like, oh, let's say for example, right, basic, you know, Maria. You're getting called Maria everywhere, and then you're
Mary.
Or Mary, you know, hey, Mary, you know, and it's like, what the fuck? And it's you know, it just, they try to, your name's said in English a lot. Let's put it that way, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it might not mean like a lot,
Yeah.
or you might not think, what about it or whatever, but it's like, no, like I felt that difference where it's like pronouncing different names, you know, it's a Spanish name. Like me, if I pronounce a fucking a name that's in Spanish, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Like, for example, like, people question me, why do you say tortillas in Spanish like that? And it's like, because they're tortillas.
How are
I'm
you
saying it
supposed
in
to say
Spanish. No, because I'm talking in English and I'll switch it up to like, oh, I'll get the tortilla.
Yeah.
And they're like, why do you say it like that? Why do you do that?
When you
And
go to
it's
Chipotle and shit.
what do you want me to say? Tortilla?
Off of Melrose.
Like, I'm not, no.
fuck?
Just to give you an example of
Yeah,
how it was. And I went a couple times to that area over there, kind of by where that, I forgot what college is near that area. But anyways, how gentrified it was also.
Yeah.
Like, you can see what it used to look like and what it was turning into.
Yeah, because see, the one thing for me, obviously, now that I took a step back. Obviously, when you're living there, it's just everything is like so whatever together. But I'm gonna get a little on the political part about it. Is you grow up around a Mexican area, right? It's all predominantly Mexican, and then that's what you know, right?
Yeah.
But then you think about Glendale and Burbank. Who's there?
Armenians.
Armenian. A lot of...
we have some of those in Montebello, though. Armenians,
yeah. And then you go to Pasadena. It's where your white people kick it. You go to the SGV. Part of the San Gabriel Valley. Alhambra. Help me out here.
All the Konnichiwas.
Rosemead. Temple City. Monte. It's all Asian cultures. Mm-hmm. And you go to El Monte, Pico Rivera, Montebello, Whittier, some parts of Whittier, and those sit Boyle Heights, and then Southgates. It's all like kind of Mexican. And then you go to Inglewood, Compton, South Central. It's kind of mixed, but predominantly African American.
Yeah, it's more mixed now than it was before.
Because I can't say that one. What I was gonna say, but
Se cagó.
I'll say it. I'll say it. So there was one time. There was one time that I wanted to go eat Jamaican jerk because I saw.
I remember this fool.
I heard something different. Sorry.
No, this guy would
Jamaican jerk.
He likes trying out
what is that?
New food. He likes trying out different
shit. It's like chicken.
I think he told me one time, and I was like, nah, no, thank you. So you know what? I tried it in South Carolina, and it's not bad.
It's not bad. So I didn't eat it.
Okay.
Oh, but it's.
So I'm gonna tell you.
It's in the hood.
It's in like a hood that's not where we grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was really shocked to see, not that, I'm a minority as well. Okay. But I went into the city, got off the freeway, and there was just so many African American people there.
You're not used to that
and
based
it was
on
like
where you grew
hood
up.
Vibes, dude. And call me whatever you want. I was just kind of no, I don't know. I just said I'm not gonna eat there. But then I thought about vice versa. When they come to Whittier Boulevard and see all these Mexicans, I'm pretty sure they're probably like, "Oh shit." Why I'm saying this?
Wait.
Probably not. Wait, they're probably like, there's some fire ass tacos in this corner. I'm gonna get that.
Well, maybe, but
was it a fear for your safety?
Yeah.
Is that why you didn't?
Yeah, because I was in the hood.
I think honestly, I think what it was
because I was in the hood.
I think to tell you is just you're not used to it. So you're
why
just
I'm
no, I think it was fear for his safety.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get fucked.
I mean, vale madre, güey. I would go to my aunt's house in she lived in like 110th Street and whatever, and it's like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not there occasionally.
But what was that party like when we went there?
Oh,
tell the story without saying names.
Oh, my cousin.
My boy, we show up to his cousin's house. We're not gonna name these people. They live in this like. There's 2 stop signs and then their house is in the middle. He got the homies blocking that stop sign. The homies blocking the other stop sign with cars. Blocking both intersections. We make a right into his street. There's a bunch of homies, African American brothers, dressed in red, kicking it in the corner like they used to say. But we're talking about in these 2000s. And I'm like freaking out a little bit. And then I tell his cousin, hey, bro, what's up? I remember. He's like, don't even trip, bro. You're good. I'm like, I'm good. He's like, yeah, I got this shit blocked off. He's got both stop signs blocked off with homies' cars. And I'm pretty sure they had water guns on them or something.
I remember Ricardo was just like,
I was fucking like,
are you serious?
What the fuck is going on here? What I wanted to say with that, though, is it's interesting. LA is an interesting place because we are separated like that. All different cultures. Asians stay with Asians, whites with white people, Armenians and them like to kick it in a certain area, and then African Americans are in one certain area, and then you tell me where the Brazilians and the South American are. Culver City, I can point them out where they're at, certain places, and then where all the Mexicans kick it at. What I wanted to say with that is, I think it's so funny that LA, or the loudest voices in LA, are super progressives, super anti nothing, and super all this shit. But that's the city we grew up on and live in.
Yeah.
There is a division.
But you know, there is one place where I want to say most of those people come together.
West Hollywood.
Besides there, that's a different area,
Oh.
but there's a different area that I'm talking about. Holds about close to 60,000 people. Dodger Stadium.
Oh.
You're a mamon.
Okay, wait.
Fuck you.
I thought it was coming out with some serious statement.
I'm gonna fucking slap this fool. Sports brings everyone together.
That's what he's actually fucking.
Oh my god. What the fuck, bro?
Hey.
You want to
LA,
get into the Dodgers? You know
LA
the Chavez
Kings.
Ravine?
Oh, don't
Yeah,
start.
I know the story.
You know the
I know the
history?
story.
Oh, don't start
Hey,
this
wait.
sports shit.
I know the history, but
That's
guess what?
fucked up.
Guess what? Guess who's always there? So did they really kick them out?
So are we snakes for going to
Why are
Dodger
we
games?
snakes?
Are we not
There
snakes?
was
for
one
doing-
person that was responsible for bringing all those fans back.
You
to
don't
that
think
area.
they purposely put him there in that position for that reason?
Shit, I don't give a fuck if that was the free fucking
You're talking
reason.
about
Guess what?
Valenzuela, right?
Yes, and we got 2 World Series championships out of that guy.
Oh,
so
okay, then I guess fair enough.
I'm just saying, like, it
That was
worked,
pretty
right?
fucked
It was
up what they did.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it was, and it was a certain police agency that that did the work, but it's all right. You know, it is what it is.
Do you know the story about the
Mentioning the
Chavez
fucking-
Ravine? Do you
No,
know it?
Not
Yeah.
aware, no.
Say it a little bit.
So for the most part,
Where the
it's like
Dodger Stadium is, it's in a hill.
before Dodger Stadium was where it was at. There was homes, right?
There were Mexican homes.
Mexican
Poor.
Mexican American people lived in those homes. So think about Dodger Stadium.
So what, they
Take it
just tore
off.
the houses down and put the Dodger Stadium there?
It's like, okay, we're gonna give you money, but you gotta get out. We're gonna
Right, is
give
that
you
what
home.
happened?
People said, no, this is our homes. We're staying here. We're not moving. Because
So
the
what happened?
Dodgers are gonna move from Brooklyn to
Did
LA.
they still give them money though?
Not the people at the end where it's like, you gotta get the fuck out. So there's literally
They
pictures.
demolished them with them inside almost.
They dragged people out of their homes. They forced them out. People that
You're
didn't
talking
wanna
about
get out.
LA, the most progressive fucking town in the country. Continue.
So that happened, and they until it was to the point where it's like, they get everybody out, and we're gonna make a stadium here no matter what. So yeah, that's the reason why there wasn't any Mexican fans up until Valenzuela showed up. Because Valenzuela showed up, then that stadium
That's a
started
good
getting
history
packed.
And there's
Lesson,
still
man.
people now that don't go to the stadium because of
Oh,
that.
I think
geez.
like
For anyone
what was
wants
it?
to-
What was it like 2
for
years?
anyone, for anyone who wants to talk shit about me, I'm not a baseball
That's
fan,
true.
and I don't really
But
know the
it's
heritage
one
of
of those
the
where it's like-
Dodgers and all that
I think
stuff.
2 years ago,
So I
But
don't
this is the
really know.
history of LA.
there
Shit
was
like
fans
this.
that jumped into the field, and there's every other year or every 2 years, there's people that remind people about Chavez Ravine, that what happened. And it's like, you guys are really here, Mexicans. You guys are really here, and what happened here?
And predominantly, that's the fan base too, bro.
Well, maybe now it's
That's
Japanese, but yeah, for the last
Wow, because of fucking
long time-
Otani.
for the last like woo,
So-
so long.
So that's the history. So we talked about the Chavez Ravine, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna talk to you about another more fucked up situation as well. That maybe people haven't gotten forced out of their house too bad, but the SoFi Stadium now.
Oh, SoFi. Oh, and then what's the new one? The Clippers Arena,
Well, it's right
whatever
across
it's,
the street,
whatever
The
it's gonna be
shithole.
called.
Yeah,
But
right there.
yeah. Hey, you know what? Okay, I'm not trying to justify that decision.
No, you can't.
So no. I'm not saying that I can't, but it's like Holmes, when an announcement came through that they were building the stadium there.
yeah,
I think their taxes went up on the homes. I think
Yeah.
almost to the point where people couldn't pay them their property tax.
they had to sell.
They had to. A lot of people had to sell. Some people's, I think their home, the value of the home went up. But then again, because due to the property tax, a lot of them had to sell because
Yeah.
they couldn't pay it. Because not only making a stadium there it's not just a stadium. It came with stores, shopping centers,
Some
built around
music.
everything
YouTube
was being built
something.
new.
I think it was fucked up because, they built it in a place that's really nice, right? When you're flying in to LA from probably anywhere in the country, realistically, you fly right over it.
Yeah.
And when you're leaving, you fly right over it as well. And so they have a like a nice electronic.
I didn't know
board.
they had that, dude, until
Yeah.
I flew in from South Carolina last year.
Yeah,
I did
Even
not know
that
they had
Target
it.
that's there. They have like something for
Are
the
you
planes
fucking
to see.
serious?
Yeah. So it's
What the
funny
fuck?
because SoFi does this beautiful thing. It's the Cronkies. Cronkies. I'm not gonna say anything. We're first place right now in the Premier League. But it's so messed up that they discarded everybody that because that's the hood. Right, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nipsey Hussle and them are from around those areas. I don't want to get into because I don't know too much about that part of that. I don't know too much about that world, but I know that the people there are, usually more low income because we know where the higher income people stay at, and then they just drop this beautiful structure, boom, dead center of the hood, and said, "Fuck you all, check this out," while there's drive-bys going around out there. There's McDonald's that close at certain times. There's 7-Elevens that have closed down because of, robberies and all this shit, armed robberies. All this shit goes on around that stadium. Mm-hmm. But you drop that shit dead center because let's not forget the Forum closed down for how many years? Because probably a lot of people couldn't even afford it.
Yeah,
Does that not help the... What is it? Like the...
No.
Fuck it. I don't know. The popularity of the city, it attracts tourists. It attracts people to go.
Yes, but the thing at what
because
expense?
when I went, the last time I went,
At what expense, though?
When we went to go watch the Arsenal game, I mean, I went to go watch the game, but I was excited to get to know the stadium. It was pretty cool. It was pretty nice.
But not a lot of people could afford to go to the stadium, and we forget about that.
That's the thing that you got to think the surrounding areas. What's the surrounding area? There's a cemetery. Inglewood Cemetery is near it. So, okay, that's one piece of the area. On the other side, you have the shops, the shopping center that I talked about, which I don't even know what was there before those shops. Who knows, right? I'm not really sure. Only people that live in the area would know, or unless they were a shopping center and they just upgraded it. But there's homes around that area too, and it's like I've gone to concerts, I've gone to some of the games.
I'm having a hard time trying to understand what is it that you guys don't dislike about
No, it's just
having put the stadium there. Is what I'm saying.
You put
what
the stadium there.
What is wrong about it? I'm not saying. I'm asking. 'Cause I don't know.
So what's wrong about it?
What's
Yeah. So
the deal with that?
we talk about house prices in LA.
Okay, right, to the fucking moon.
And
Yeah.
so, like you said, the taxes for all those people there, they can't no longer afford it because sometimes those houses were passed down.
Yeah,
Like, oh my.
Okay, yeah.
So
So a lot of the people
and
there,
it's houses
they
that were
inherit
already
those houses.
probably paid off. They were paid off, but the property tax went up, and guess what? People couldn't pay it.
I'm curious
So
to know
guess-
to what.
Guess
number.
what?
So it's a
It
way to
forced-
kick them out.
Yeah, of course.
Get the fuck out of here, so this could be all cute and nice for the
It
sofa.
forced people to sell. That's
And then
pretty
move
much
them to where? Where do they?
No,
Where do you
and
think,
then
I'm
they're-
saying, where do you think they migrate to?
Moreno Valley.
Huh?
Moreno
Valley and Montebello. So, no, and I'm gonna no. You laugh, but this is why I asked you a couple weeks
to
ago.
the
I said, have you
valley,
been? Have you
Inland
been to Montebello?
Empire, the outskirts of
Dude,
LA.
they're in
further
Montebello,
out.
East LA. It's gotten at every corner.
It's
there's-
turning into Compton and Inglewood and all that
there's,
shit.
There's a lot of tagging now. That tagging that I remember walking home, and I actually recently went to go walk around with my children and my mom, and I told my mom, I was like, this is the first time in a while since I walk around the city, around the block or whatever, and it's holy shit. It's tagging at every corner, every wall you see. There's tagging. There's trash, dude. There's pieces of clothes on the floor.
There's shit on the floor.
Yeah, man.
But it's because they're getting pushed out.
So now this context you're giving me of all this, I could see where they migrate now to. Maybe he's right. Maybe you're both right.
Outskirts
the valley,
of the city,
Yeah, and so, dude, that shit is.
It's the same with homeless people that are in downtown. In downtown LA, downtown LA for a couple of years already, since they announced that they're getting the Olympics, they're trying to push the homeless people out, further out from LA.
And it sucks because I remember Montebello wasn't the nicest city, dude. But it was decent enough to send your child walking to school. I think you still can. I don't think it's that bad
Well,
either.
I can't walk to a 7-Eleven on Olympic.
You see what I mean? So then I'm wrong. What I just said
I
right now. I'll
walked
take
it
it
last
back.
time.
Oh, you walk? Oh, yeah. But you were drunk
You're
that time when you did that.
fucking
You were
dumb.
fucking
Yeah, I remember you
drunk.
guys were all like, "Why are
Don't
you gonna
do
go
that.
walk?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
you're talking about in the last 4 years that
Yeah.
changed. That 7-Eleven, how many times have we used to walk over there?
oh, a lot of
I don't
times.
feel comfortable walking
But to
over
be
there.
fair, it's like I don't really go to Montebello like that and like
Because it ain't the
explore or
homies
whatever.
running that shit
Like,
no more. It's something,
I just
don't
go
know
where
what
I
the
have to,
fuck's
but
going
it's
on.
kind of like borderline Montebello commerce type of thing. So yeah, it's. Pero
It's gotten worse.
no, yeah, that's
and
what
I
I'm
just
saying.
think it's
But
interesting
that
how
whole thing, it's an effect. It's almost like a domino effect where it's like you do something here and it starts falling off and it starts going elsewhere. It's like you gave me like I told you the.
that's why San Bernardino has so many hoods too now because they all fucking move over there.
Exactly. It's like some people
And
have
they're
to go
fucking this shit
to the outskirts of LA where it's affordable, whatever the case may be, right?
Over, and I know this is a little bit off the LA side, but over by the areas of Ontario, Chino actually, it's crazy. There's one street that divides Pomona and Chino, which Pomona being LA County. I swear to you guys, dude, it's crazy
It's
how
day and night,
man. And like thing is like you could see how the cops are patrolling.
You got a party in P-Town.
The cops would like. I've seen them,
We
dude.
did.
I've seen them. They patrol right on the edge of that line where they're like, "Fuck off over there and leave this city alone," type of thing.
Yeah.
The moment they see, and you can see, like, as soon as you cross that street over to jump to Chino, the trees are green. The street is. I'm not lying. If I could tell, take a picture.
So
and
The
I'll
trees
post
on the
it.
other side are dying. These are fucking green.
I'm not lying. Dude,
No, I'm just saying.
No, the roads, Ricardo, the roads.
Yeah, they're different.
Those are like
Tijuana,
¿cómo se
LA.
dice, güey? No, says mama.
all bumpy, flat surface.
But you know what they do here, and I'm not gonna name the city I specifically live in here in Arizona, but here, dude, if there's a homeless asking for money on the side of the freeway or on the intersection,
It's called panhandling, I think.
fool,
Right?
the cops will pick them up and go fucking throw them back in Glendale.
No mames.
I've seen it with my own twice. With my own two eyes, twice. Los levantan, güey, and then they go
And
throw
a little
them.
fucking van y vámonos.
And they'll go throw them in fucking Glendale. Like, go here with the junkies, bro. Because right here, they're starting to have a skid row, too. And it was funny because they were building it near the city town hall.
What the fuck? Why
And-
were they building near it? That makes
No.
fucking sense.
Like, the homeless were kicking it there.
Oh, their little own little. Oh, okay.
Because you know how there's a blue pandemic, that fucking drug they're doing now, which is very unfortunate because some of the guys are really young and that shit. It's sad to see that these kids, and they're younger than us, are using this drug that's really fucking destroying their lives. But, I think this is gonna be a good transition to another episode. But it's just crazy. Like LA is a great place. There's just so much to do. There's so many attractions. You got Disneyland, you got the beaches, you got Universal Studios, you got concerts on good days on fucking Fridays, Saturdays. Here we'll get them on a fucking Tuesday, Wednesday, and shit.
Dude, fucking concerts here. I mean, you got during the week, and if you get lucky, depending on the artist.
Album releases, secret
During
little
the-
fucking
yeah.
concerts. You have everything going on, which is great. But it's
Hey, you know what's crazy? That reminds me. That takes me back to. You remember fucking when you're all like, I forgot what time of the year it was, but you're all like, hey, dude, let's go to a concert. What concert? You're all like, I don't know, fucking Tory Lanez. Tickets are like $20.
We didn't know who the fuck he was, though.
I'm like, Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Tory Lanez. Like, and you're like, oh, I forgot. It was near Margarita. No,
We were
not
in
Margarita
Hollywood.
Jones. It was near.
It was in
Fuck.
Hollywood.
Yeah, but there's a specific fucking club down the street that fuck no, I can't. Hey, I can't.
It was
think
by
about
Capitol Records and shit.
Yeah, so you're like, all right, let's go. And I said, fuck it, let's go. And we went, and it was one of those where it's like, it was on a fucking Wednesday, I think. And next thing you know, I didn't know who he was. There was one song I did recognize, but point is, it's like, that's LA for you, where it's like fucking concert in the middle of the week, you know.
Hey, let me give some context about that shit, though. It was funny because, so we had nothing to do, and we were just kind of like, we were kind of just dicking around. We are like, So I hit this fool up. I'm like, hey, let's go to a show, whatever. So I find this guy named Tory Lanez. I didn't know who the fuck he was, to be honest. I didn't know, but I'm like, he sounds like a rapper.
Around what year was this? This is a couple years ago, but like
16.
2016, yeah, maybe, yeah, 2016.
So I know I told you, I was like, dude, fuck it, let's go to this Tory Lanez. And I don't really know who he is. I think I've heard a song. We show up. The whole thing is like in pink lights.
Oh, yeah. But it was mainly like R&B songs, right?
And it was all girls, too.
Wait, hold on. We didn't really notice that at that moment.
Oh.
At the moment, we didn't realize that. But we noticed, like, halfway through the set of Tory Lanez, the R&B concert. I looked at this one like, hey, wait, is there something you want to tell me? Like, it's all right. Just, you let it out, you know?
Dude, it was a little awkward. I was like, what the fuck
But you know what? His last 2-3 songs, I think, were a little bit more hip-hop. I was like, okay. When we exit, we're heading towards the car. I fucked up not realizing how many fucking females there were in that fucking venue. Dude, I'm not lying to you. 65 to 35% probably.
All girls.
Females.
But see, that's what comes with LA,
we
right?
were in the car and I was just like, dude, there was that many fucking females in there? How do we not notice that shit? Like,
yeah, because you were so mesmerized by the R&B music.
Dude, I was like, fucking R&B music, like, I'm over here like, hey, Ricardo, you trying to tell me something or what?
The song saying, I just want to strip right now. And this fool's looking at me like, bro, what the fuck?
Hey,
that's not his song.
What is... Yeah. But I was like... But it goes back to, you know, LA things where it's like, what is there to do in LA? There's fucking concerts during the week. There's concerts on the weekend. There's so much shit.
Sports events every fucking week, every day.
Hey, what is an LA thing? A stereotype LA thing. You might not even follow the sport. People don't follow the sport, celebrities. But what's an LA thing? To be front row at any sporting event.
Yeah, Laker game.
So it seems like, you know, there is a decline in LA, but will it lead to the death of LA?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Let's get into it.
If you guys keep...
Go ahead.
If you guys keep voting fucking... the way you guys are voting...
You said let's get into it, no?
No, honestly, and I honestly...
because I don't disagree, so we can't get into it.
No, it's because the thing is, there has to be a... Yeah, dude. I think,
so there will be a death. What do you think? You think there'll be a death to LA?
Yeah.
And if so, what's the next city? Miami?
No, you know what's the problem with LA?
No, not Miami. No.
There's this. The rich are rich, and the poor are fucking. We don't know who's poor and who's not anymore. There's no middle class. Actually, there is no longer a middle class, and that is the problem.
Technically,
in the country or in LA? LA specifically?
No, yeah. It's
more obvious that.
I'm just.
It's more.
I'm sorry, dude.
I'm saying
no, because I'm gonna tell you, middle class was able to buy a house easily.
Yeah.
Now middle class, you buy a house in LA. You no longer feel like you're a middle class person. You're kind of like at a step, like, okay, well, I can't just buy this now. I gotta think and gotta fucking. So I think that's where the decline of LA. There is no longer a real middle class, and everyone's trying to be a fucking TikToker,
influencer,
and everybody wants to fucking put some injections in their ass and think they're fucking famous.
Oh, so you believe there's a death for LA?
I think that people... honestly, I thought people were trying to stop coming to LA, but no, it hasn't stopped anybody coming to LA.
That's why I'm asking the question, because I don't think they stopped.
No, but
it's not until they get there. No,
but
they're like,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
The fuck is
that
this?
hype for... Okay, The hype for LA is not the way that it was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, where it's
Dude,
like,
even
Hollywood,
more recent,
or
dude.
Hollywood, right? It's like make it to be an actress, make it to be a.
Even-
I mean,
even
all these influencers,
up to
like,
Vine.
yeah. So all these influencers up to there, yeah. where
in a
they come
sense,
from.
están cagando el palo de influencers where it's like key spots, where it's like Santa Monica. Okay, what's so great about Santa Monica?
Yeah, but walk 2 feet away from that restaurant you went to.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, fuck.
No, not only that. Okay, now Venice Beach. What about Venice Beach?
I don't like that
People
place.
say, oh, Venice Beach is a key spot to go to. There's fucking homeless walking around right there. It's fucking...
Which, again, is very sad.
Venice Beach is not that great. I don't even go to Venice Beach.
No.
Like,
Fuck, no.
you know, I mean, if anything, maybe Manhattan Beach, you know, a little different.
So let me add
pero
this. When
the
somebody
hype is
asks
not real.
you, because I've had that question and I don't know what the fuck to say.
Yeah.
When somebody asks you, if I go visit LA, where should I go? What do you say? Fucking Dodger game, pretty much.
That's
is what
top,
you
that's
fucking
top,
say.
top of my head. To be honest, you got to go to the Dodger game. That's it. I
fuck?
can't really tell you, oh, you want to go to the Griffith Observatory? Yeah, go ahead. Why not? Go hike up that bitch.
What else?
the Hollywood side.
Well, yeah, it's nearby the Griffith.
That's why-
Yeah, hike
that's why
to
you said
the
hike, that
Hollywood
shit
side
came
and
to
then
my
go
head.
to the Griffith Observatory.
What else do you
Disneyland.
fucking tell them?
Disneyland.
Go to the fucking beach. Go to fucking Disneyland.
Well, you're asking, but I said Disneyland.
I wouldn't tell them to go
Yeah,
to Santa
Disneyland.
Monica
and
because a lot of
that's
people,
not in LA, by the way.
and honestly, like, oh
Yeah, well.
Orange County, but that's a whole different.
No,
yeah.
don't make that face
Yeah.
because if I tell you, oh yeah, go to the Los Angeles Angels fucking game, that you're gonna get
Nah.
offended.
Go to the Angels game that play
looks
down
like
to 5 in
looks like a
Orange
fucking toilet
County,
seat.
in Anaheim, but they're of Los Angeles. Okay.
Shout out to the homie Big Lou.
Fuck
Big
the
Lou.
Angels.
Big
Fuck
Lou.
the Angels. Fucking Chelsea. Chelsea.
Hey,
Fucking,
bye.
what's that
going
fool's
on?
name?
What are you talking about
Hey.
failures?
No.
And then he adds Los Angeles.
no, I'm
Chelsea.
talking about-
Fuck you too. Fuck you too.
Rendon. What's that fool's name? Fucking. His name Rendon, el de Los Angels?
No.
No, fuck.
Nadie sabe Los Angels.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
So that is the main question. Us being from LA, born and raised, born and bred, that's our cuna. When somebody asks you, if I go visit LA, what the fuck do you tell them now? That you can be proud and be like, this is what I want you to look at LA and be like, this is LA.
Shit, I would ask him, like, what are you trying to do?
I'm not
First
sending
of
you
all.
to Rodeo Drive
I
because
guess
I've
I
never
would
even
tell
been
you-
there.
I guess how it
Fuck
depends
no.
the person that's coming up to you. That's a young or our age type,
Fuck
our age around there. I usually say you send them to LA Live. I guess.
What the
No, okay.
But
watch
see-
the
No.
Laker game.
The only reason why I
even-
said LA Live is because I recently went and I mean it's decent
Hey.
to go walk around and
No,
you know,
mames, to
kind
go
of
walk
look,
around.
look
Not
at the
a Laker game. That
go
shit's
and have
expensive
Hey,
as
go
fuck.
watch
have
the
the-
Laker game at Tom's, which is across the street from, I'm gonna say Staples Center because it is.
But
what
that's
it is.
an LA experience. That's fucked up
LA
to say.
Live.
LA
Staples
Live
Center
is
or
part of
whatever.
LA experience
Crypto.
because it's right next to downtown. I would say that you want to go walk around downtown, go right there. But that's,
Yeah, like you can put it better the way I wanted
but
to
that's
say
what.
it. That's right.
But this is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you.
That's just whack.
No, si no lo mandas a
no,
la
no,
abogada,
what
güey,
I'm
o
trying to-
a los callejones.
What
los
I'm trying to
callejones
tell you is like, okay,
That's
if
the
you're
experience
seeing
too,
it on
but-
an Instagram level, right? You see celebrities, influencers. Where are they at?
They're stretching,
at
though.
LAFC games, Dodger Stadium, front row Laker games,
SoFi.
SoFi at you see them at the SoFi Center. Oh, Santa Monica Pier or some of them Venice Beach, whatever, right?
But dude, those places are beat the fuck up.
I don't even
back
like
then-
going to
but
Santa
back
Monica
then-
Pier.
back
Way.
then- But back then, what attracted? I know the chances and the,
The
opportunities.
pier was a
The
huge thing.
pier
The-
was a lot better before.
That was an attraction.
the
that
opportunities
you
and the chances that I understand that why people would come from different states to try to reach to LA, but now
You don't need that.
you don't need LA. You don't need
need-
LA to be successful
Not
anymore.
anymore.
I feel like you'll crash and burn a lot more now than it was.
It's because LA is really that city, bro, where either you swim or you drown.
Oh fuck yeah!
And that
Easily.
it's a city that's unforgiving. It's unforgiving.
yeah.
There's either you fucking run with it or you fucking end up in the street and it's sad.
I mean, if your goal is to come out here and try to be like an influencer, blah blah, try to be like these other celebrities, it's like good luck.
So I'm gonna add a
Now,
comment.
if you're gonna come out here, you're gonna work, you're gonna bust your ass off. You want to live in LA. It might work for you if you get the proper job and everything, and you can hold shit down, then that might work. But don't come out here because it's like, the pier or the fucking Venice Beach or these historical landmarks. Because
thinking
like,
you're gonna run into someone famous in the street.
But back then, I mean, based on what I've seen and I've known of the history, right, of LA in those times, people used to have so much fucking fun at driving around and you know, with the glasses on and the palm trees, all the shit that you see on the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was LA not more dangerous back then, though? That's
no, because I don't know.
So why was it so much of an attraction back then? And it was so like live. How come they say lively? It was so alive. It had a soul. I think LA had a soul, and now it's not. It's being taken away. But you know what's the major differences here? I don't.
I think at the respect part of it, where back then there was respect or an understanding within. I guess if you want to talk about the danger of LA or whatever. I think it was just more of a respecting with like your local gangs or whatever the case may be, right? Respectful thing where it's like they kept it into the neighborhoods or whatever the case may be. And
like
now,
you're saying there was a section for this bullshit.
It's
this is where it stays. Now it's not.
Now it's more like anybody can get it, don't matter where you're at, type of thing. You're walking around.
So this goes to the new generation that now anybody can be a. Can I say a cholito? Anybody can be a thug.
Well, yeah, because everybody you can dress like one doesn't mean you're one, right?
I understand.
So that's what I'm
completely
saying.
Right.
It goes with that. Well, if you're gonna dress like one and you're not one, when you get hit up, where are you from? Don't shake, because you're dressed a certain way. Now, if you don't want to get hit up, then don't dress like that. Don't try to portray yourself as something that you're not. You know? It's like, if you don't want to get hit up, don't dress like that. Like, it's that simple. So, in my sense, it's like, back then it was just a hood type of thing.
He made a good point. I know you had a quick restroom break, but he had a good point that he's saying... Now it's kind of how did you say?
There's no
back then there used to be respect to where like the gangs or whatever the case of that is, you know, used to be like he said
kept
in this
it in
street,
an area.
he kept it in an area, they kept it enclosed. So I told him so now we can kind of talk about this new generation where now everyone can be a on quotes cholo, everybody can be a thug. So now they're scattered everywhere. Is that what? Something that might I don't know. You could touch on that now
because it was funny because before the crime was done in the hoods, and now they're going to like I don't know what the fancy grocery store is called.
Whole Foods.
There's one fancier than that.
Stater?
No, fuck no. There's like one
Sprouts.
Way more fucking. Point is that these guys, and I understand. Look. I understand. I don't justify why they do it or not. Maybe they feel like there's no opportunity. I don't know. One day we can probably speak to one of them and then try to get their perspective as to why they do what they do. But at the end of the day, everybody's got to eat. And I think in LA, it's so difficult to eat with a nice 9-to-5 job. Now you guys are getting the minimum wage raise, but esa madre que güey, o sea, you raise up the minimum wage, but the burger also went up too. So then
cost of living goes up.
Then you're just talking about bigger numbers, and you're still not gonna be able to afford. So like the other day, I saw something online that says it's cheaper to go to fucking Chili's than to go to McDonald's.
I saw that shit too.
And he's like,
2 for $20 deal, baby.
Is it really
2 for $20 deal?
I could feed my 4 family members with fucking Chili's
2 for $20 deal
rather than going to McDonald's and getting whatever the fuck they have there. It's more expensive.
$12-15
in LA. I thought he was speaking about here.
No, even right here
in general.
Even right here, way I just got a combo and it was like $13.
No, se pasó.
Cafecito y salió caro.
Tengo hambre, güey.
So I think that's what happened in San Francisco and is happening in LA. San Diego's weird. They're closer to the border and they don't have as many fucking problems. But I don't know.
No, but you know what? Look, I'm going to tell you where San Diego fucks you over. San Diego fucks you over with, let's say you want to go over there, hotel room or Airbnb, right? Tourist fee. Since when is San Diego a tourist destination?
Nice. So they tax you for going there.
Exactly.
That's good though. That's
key.
why it's not so fucked up.
They're
That's what I was
not
about to
being.
say. That's
They're
the
not
key.
being stupid. But
But LA doesn't. LA acts like.
There's none
LA
of that.
acts like America.
LA is just so big, where
You gotta
it's
elaborate
like
on
You're all
There's
welcome.
no-
like,
yeah,
hey, chill.
exactly. Yeah.
Hey, chill.
Yeah.
Chill. Yeah, we're all
Or-
welcome, but hey, let's take it easy.
it's like this is the cost.
No le das
You
lugar a
want
los
to come here?
angelinos. You don't give the place to the...
No, because
The angelinos, the ones that are actually
trying
there.
to. I know somebody that their parents. So their parents were living in a Section 8 project or apartment, dude, in LA, and they paid like, I don't know, bro, like no more than $50. You're talking about in this age today. His parents passed away. He stayed with the apartment, and he pays like $20-something, $30 in LA.
There's people that Section 8 with.
And those shits are like snuck into the city.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it in a bad way because I think it's a good opportunity for people to move up. But how?
No, it depends on who's taking off who. Because look,
No,
I mean, for
if you get it, like that help, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. But like, for example, I look at this person and then I'm just like, he's kind of like, why the fuck would I want to make
like,
more
yeah,
money
If-
and then find myself like you're dumbass like
Yeah.
me fucking grinding it fucking 2-3 in the morning starting this starting that doing this
So for example,
when I'm fucking chilling
So for example, like working at Target kind of works in a sense where it's like I'm working here.
It's good enough.
My rent is not as bad as anybody
probably a
else.
lot happier than I am.
That's fucking crazy way.
Well, he doesn't have as much stress, and you look
at
at
least
his
he doesn't have to
vibe
worry
and
about
his
the-
life.
yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
he's chilling. I mean, he's not.
And you know what?
stressing
That's
But that goes to your personality
that's
of being
LA.
a self-driven
That's LA
person.
for you though.
I understand what you're saying, but that ends up being a personal thing now. It's
No,
where
but
your
think about it,
personality
Ray.
is. You're just a self-driven person, and the guy in the Section 8 apartment chooses not to.
So that's
He chooses not to for the comfortability of the amount of money that they pay a month. I understand.
So
that.
where I'm headed to with
But
this
everybody
is
has-
LA homelessness. Then
Yeah. Okay. Get
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
this is where I'm headed to.
Oh,
so
it's
it's
definitely
like,
growing.
no. So like, what do you do about it? Like, how do you help them? Do you help them? If you help them, are they just gonna forever rely on that? They probably will. I don't know what they're gonna do with that shit. They have to fix it, and it's not because they're disgusting or oh they're fucking in the way. No, dude, like the way I see it nowadays, like, dude, they're human beings in the fucking street. Get the fuck out of here.
Living in tents.
That shit's not right,
Sleeping
and I think
bags.
it's like if we are America, if we are LA, these fucking amazing countries, like Dick, we gotta help these people out.
No, it's not the way. It's not the America that it
Or
was.
we gotta
in
do
the,
something about it.
in the 1950s.
Yeah, but I think sometimes it becomes a choice too, though.
No,
dude,
yeah.
for some.
I agree.
And again, I agree with everything you're saying about helping them out and trying to figure out that change. But you can only help somebody that allows themselves to be helped. Okay, so sometimes there's people that, in my opinion, this homelessness that's gotten pretty bad in LA. I mean, just a small city of Montebello that I've seen myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen a couple people that I've gone to high school with, man, and I've seen.
Oh, you already
them.
saw them? I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
man, I've seen them, dude.
I've heard of it.
Off right there by Olympic, dude, in that one liquor store by
that's
the
crazy.
donut shop, dude. I saw a guy my age. He didn't graduate with me, but he was in my class, but he didn't graduate. And it's fucking sad, dude. And I get it. You know, I get it. We, you know, and then let's do what we can, or whoever needs to do what we can, you know, to help, you know, this homelessness crisis. But at some point it becomes a choice, and then when the government or the governor or whoever makes these decisions of helping the homeless like that, well, yeah, they do become complacent to just sit there and just say, well, I'm getting a free check, I'm getting free phones, because they do give them free phones.
Right.
But it's
Obama
just
phone?
crazy
I'm
that
getting-
they're in the street. Like, how did... I want to know where the turning point was that we made it okay for people to live on the street in America. What?
I'm gonna say.
Wait, this is where I'm trying to say I get that, and I totally understand that, but at some point it becomes a choice from their side, dude. It's not. I don't think it's always the cost of living is to the fucking roof. This comes back to, dude, like, do you have the drive? Are you self-driven enough to get your butt
the
up and
mental
do it?
strength.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of help, dude. There's a lot of fucking help that if we just speak about California, I know there's a lot of programs, dude, that do that. And I'm not here to talk about that and say
what program, Brian?
Yeah. No. Thank you for lighting up the conversation there. I'm not trying to.
pendejo.gov. Just played.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be.
Si te cabe, güey.
Hey, estamos hablando de cosas serias, güey.
Pues
yeah, the help.
No, pero sí, güey.
Dale.
You know, I could be empathetic with them, fool. I really, really can.
Yeah,
but if I talk
too.
about, I don't want to get individual, but it's ayúdate que te ayudaré, dude, type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta get up. You gotta figure it out. We can't always just keep saying the cost of living. You know, the Cronkies are doing this stadium and they're pushing them out. I get all that. I agree with all that. You know, all those things that are happening.
Not right.
It's not right. Completely agree with that. Unfairness because they're choosing the greed. And I think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Greed over humanity.
Yeah.
Could we say that? And I understand that, but, you know, like I said, you know, the man has to, or whoever it is, you got to kind of figure it out.
But have you guys ever been?
Gotta figure it out.
I've been there recently. Have you guys ever been? Oh, I joked around the other day and I told my mom, like, man, because I got into a lot of issues, and I looked at the door, and then I told my mom, man, I get it. She's like, what do you mean? You get what? I'm like, I get it. Like, this shit could get so fucking stressful to someone that maybe can't handle, whether it's big or small. Just walk out of the fucking door and you solve all your financial problems, all your worrying about waking up to go to work, having to deal with all that shit. I told her, I can understand why some of these fuckers, like, if you're not mentally strong to be like, no, I gotta fix this,
figure it out.
I get you could look at the door and be like, dude, I could just walk out of this, lose all this shit, and then I don't have to worry about anything. And then fuck.
So the topic is LA, right? But so then I'll ask you a question. I mean, homelessness is all over the country, yeah? You go look at I mean, I've never been, right, but I don't hear it too much, at least in the media. It doesn't make a lot of noise because I guess it's not as popular as LA. But we pick a state like if I know, Ohio,
well, New York is fucked too,
or Iowa or something like that.
All
right?
the big cities have a homelessness problem, especially in their downtown area,
right? So so it's because the cost of living in a state like Ohio or Iowa, whatever, something like that, something along those lines. So because the living cost there is cheaper, there's less homelessness.
Yeah, you probably have your local homeless that everybody knows.
Yeah, it's like that kind of
or
thing.
Is it the unity that there is in some of those states where a lot of people are actually nicer, they're actually less greed driven.
It's called the sense of community. Perfect. We don't have it.
It could be that, or también it could be like, déjame agarro mi trailita y me parqueo aquí en medio del pinche bosque.
Chingate tú y que yo voy a darle, cabrón.
Ándale.
Yep.
That too.
Good. Yeah, that's great. Yep.
That could be it too. I mean,
I don't know.
A whole lot of. I mean, don't get me wrong. Half of the.
Well, that's what I was saying. That in LA, it's like either you swim or you drown.
Exactly.
And it's like, and no one's willing to.
Pero yo
no one's gonna throw you alive, right?
Yo no sé nadar, güey.
Pues ya te chingaste.
Aviéntame el río.
Need to say less.
Bueno, muchachos. Cuando quieran venirse a Arizona, you guys are not welcome, you Californian fucks.
Aquí andamos en la finiquera, En la finiquera.
You guys...
We're gonna get some bad stares with those fucking license plates.
That was another episode of Al Grano Podcast. Thank you for listening. You already know, follow us where you guys can find us. Anywhere you're looking for a podcast, you can find us. Thank you. And peace.